Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine with a 6-card spread. This is going to be for Tylee Ryan, what she wants to say now that their body's been found. I'm tapping into her energy. Excuse me. And I feel like she wants to talk and wants to speak. So I'm just going to let her come through and see what she wants to say. Okay, let me adjust my light here. Now, this video is not made for kids, so if you're under the age of 18, please click off now. And everything else is going to be in the description box, down below. And also, if you want a personal reading, contact me, through my email. Trolls, click off now. So what I have to say. Okay, so for the first card, we have the Tower. And everybody knows that this is the card of unexpected events. Now, I did meditate for 20 minutes while I was shuffling the cards to try to tap into her energy. And when I felt that the cards were ready, then I started pulling them. And this was the very first one that popped out. Okay, so the Tower is unexpected events. So she's telling me in this card that what happened to her and her brother was totally unexpected like this. She never thought that her mother would hurt her or hurt Joshua in this way. It was totally unexpected. I'm hearing, she's saying that she was in shock for a while after she passed, that her soul, her spirit was in a huge shock. Like she couldn't believe that her mother would do something like that. It was just overwhelming. The feeling that she felt when it was happening to her was overwhelming. It was shocking. And she just couldn't believe it. She couldn't absorb it in her soul, in her mind. She just couldn't absorb it. Okay. She's had trouble with her mother before, is what I'm hearing. But she remembers when she was little that her mother was good to them. And so when this happened, it threw her, it just threw her. I keep hearing that. It just threw her like for a loop. The energy of this card is so strong that it's just like overwhelming. This is what she felt. She was completely overwhelmed with what happened. And it took her a while to move on, to go ascend. I'm hearing ascend. It was, I'm like almost choking from this card because the energy of what she went through was horrific. And the same with her brother. Okay, now she wants to show me this card here. This card popped up as soon as that one did. This is someone that's leaving to go to a better place. And I'm sorry, I'm choking up. These cards are literally choking me. I'm seeing that she's saying that this is her mother. Like when they were little. So see, there's a little child here next to this person. And the mother always was in this energy where she always was looking for something better, always leaving, going from man to man, person to person, because she was never happy. Okay, you see the water here in this corner? That's stormy. It's not calm like the one over here. So her mother was always looking for the calm in their lives. That's why she had so many husbands. But nothing ever made her happy. Because why? Because she wasn't happy with herself. You have to be happy with yourself in order to, make others happy. She created her own prison. This card literally means that it felt for her in the reverse, but I'm going to tell you why. I'm explaining it in the upright first. All these swords represent a prison. So Lori, as time went on, she always felt like she was in a prison, or she created her own self prison mentally and physically. That's why she moved from man to man, because she was never satisfied with her life or the way it was going, and as time went on and the children got bigger, it got worse for her. And she wanted to leave and go, find a happier life. Okay, so when she met Chad, that's when she saw that she got that opportunity. And Chad pretty much brainwashed her. I mean, she fell for his every trick, and she was already loopy to begin with. So she was like easily to be influenced, easily to be intimidated, easy to be brainwashed. And then Chad put the idea of the kids being zombies and, doomsday. So that's where the idea of getting rid of the kids came from all this doomsday talk, is what Tylee is saying. Okay? That's where the idea of, that came from. And Lori wanted to leave and go have a happier life. But having the thought that their kids are in the way made it seem impossible for her. But so she went ahead and got rid of Tylee and Joshua, okay, and went on her trip. She tried to go across the water to Hawaii to go to the other side, but guess what? It didn't work out because it fell in the reverse for her, okay. At first, she thought it was working out because they got married. What I don't understand is she bought her own wedding dress? Why didn't Chad pay for it? That to me that was odd. I guess some women buy their own wedding dress. I don't know. Or I guess you go look for your own wedding dress, but I always thought the man paid for it. My husband paid for mine. I didn't use my money. Okay, so then, they went off on their little trip, but things started, turning around, because once the grandparents started saying, "Where are the kids?" that's when people started noticing. So their trip to Hawaii and whatever it was they were doing came to a stop. And that's where this card comes in. There's no more movement. It's a bondage of fear. They created a bondage of fear. They're restricted now. So it shows that their trip ended because of restrictions, because of lies. They created their own prison. There's no more personal growth. They can't attain that. They're not strong enough to fight for their rights anymore. I keep hearing that. They're not strong enough to fight for their rights anymore. They're intimidated. And the cycle of them doing all these horrible things of killing and getting rid of people has come to a close. That's what this card in the reverse means. That vicious cycle has come to a close. It's time. Because why? Because karma's coming in. You can't do anything in this life without karma coming in. This is a lot of things that people just don't get. That's God's law. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. An eye for an eye. It all means the same thing. You reap what you sow. Those are all God's words. All that means is karma. It's like people have forgotten about that. Okay? So now the woman is unable to think clearly. She can't think anymore. So now that's why we move into the prison. She showed me that this is her mother now. The swords represent prison. It could be a self-imprisonment mentally or physically. So she's got both. She's mentally in prison and she's physically in jail behind bars. And she lays at night like this because she don't have nothing anymore. She don't have a life. She don't have Chad. Her kids are gone. Her brother's gone. Everyone that was in her life before is gone. And don't think she don't realize that. I'm hearing that she does realize that. She does know what she did. She might not ever admit it, is what I'm hearing, but she knows what she did. she's psycho. Okay, I'm hearing that word psycho. But still, she still has a conscience, even though it's hidden somewhere. She still got a conscience. And that other little mind in the back of her mind, she knows what she did. So now she cries because of the situation she created. And because of where she's at. She wants to get out. I don't feel like she has any remorse for killing her kids. I'm hearing that she cries for herself because she doesn't have the life that she wants. But I don't feel like she's crying for what she did to them or to Charles or to all those other people she killed or allegedly killed. Let me throw that word in because you know how YouTube is, allegedly. But she cries for herself and for her life that she wanted and couldn't get because it's come to a stop. Okay, this card has a lot of fear, depression. This is the card of depression, fear and self-imprisonment, prison, loss of hope, bad dreams. She even has bad dreams, despair. She's in a lot of despair. She feels a lot of anxiety, misery, pain. All these words are coming to me. And there's a lot of trauma in her mind, trauma, but again, not for the kids. It's trauma for herself because she doesn't have what she wanted, what she set out for. This is what Tylee is showing me. She's not crying for them. And this is what bothers Tylee. She's not crying for her kids. She's crying for herself, for her life that she wanted to create and couldn't. Yeah, I mean, she manifested all of this by her actions. And that's what people need to stop and think. You know, you have to think along down the road before you do something. Okay, if I do this today, where am I going to be in the next year? Where's it going to bring me in 10 months or 6 months or a year from now or 2 years from now? People don't stop and think that way. Okay, if I do this today, this act today, where do I see myself in the next 5 years? And that's what she fails to think. She's a murderer. She has a conscience, but it's hidden. There's no I can't even find the word that I want to say. She has no remorse. That's what I keep hearing. No remorse. Because next comes the devil. Okay, the devil's right next to her. He's hidden. Okay, so with the devil, that's the energy of addiction. You know, the devil made me do it, and she's chained to the devil, or actually, the two people are chained to each other, which are chained to the devil. See, they're chained here to each other, but they're chained to the devil. So that's her and Chad, and that's what Tylee is showing me. That's how the energy that they remain in, Chad and Lori remain in this energy where they're chained to each other, but chained to the devil. They're addicted to each other's energy. She's more addicted to his energy than Chad is addicted to Lori's energy. She saw, when she looked at Chad and he started talking about all these books, and she looked at him almost like a god. You know, oh, he can come and save my life, you know, because it fell right under this card. He can come save my life and take me away from the stormy life that I've had all these years and save me, and I'm going to be so much better. And she fell for his every word. Well, he's the devil. She got chained to him. She married him, did everything he asked her to do. She got chained for him. He's psycho. He believes all that doomsday stuff. Okay, what did he say? The world's going to end July 21st or something like that. Well, we're almost July. Okay, I don't see it ending yet. So that's the energy they're in. That's the energy that he created for Lori, that they created for each other, and that's the energy that they're in. That's what Tylee is showing me. Okay, so the next card that fell was justice. Okay, and that's what she wants. She wants justice. And there is going to be justice because the bodies have been found now. And if you notice, the judge, this is a fair and honorable judge because he's in the upright. The scales are balanced. They're not this way or that way. So when the scales are balanced, that means there's justice for all. That things work out the way they're supposed to be. He holds his sword up in the air, showing his power, that he has mighty power. And she's just not talking about justice as a judge in court. She's talking about the almighty justice up in heaven. This is what she's showing me right now. The almighty man in heaven is going to make things right. You see how his one foot is sticking out and one's covered? That always means balance. Whenever you notice cards like that where the feet are different, that represents balance. And he's wearing red, so that means lots of passion. There's even red behind him. So this judge comes in with a lot of passion to do the right thing. To do the right thing, what is right. Okay, and that's what she looks forward to because she wants justice. All children go to heaven right away. And she was still considered a child. But her soul still wants justice, God still wants justice. And she wants to see that. Okay, and there is going to be justice. It's here. The day is here. The day has come. It's here. Okay, now at the end we have the Page of Wands. So right here she's telling me that there's more news coming in. The page is looking at his wand. He's examining it. Again, look at, he's almost smiling. He's very intent looking at it. This always means that news is coming in through fax, social media, phone calls. Even after the justice has been done, even though there's been sentences or they've gone to prison or whatever, there's still something else that's coming. She's telling me there's something else that's coming. And this always brings in good news. The page always brings in good news. So there's more stuff that's going to be found out, is what I'm hearing, most likely about Chad. So there's more coming. She's telling me that there's more coming. There's more news coming. And it's going to be good news or news that everybody needs to know, that the whole world needs to find out. Okay, so we need to wait for that. I'm hearing that we need to wait for that news because it's coming. But in the end, is what she wants is mainly just justice for her and her brother so they can be at peace once and for all. That's what they want. They want to be in peace once and for all and go on from there. And they want the whole world to know what happened to them, what literally happened to them. Okay, and I think the world knows now. So I'm going to end it here, guys. This is what she has to say for now. Of course, there's going to be more parts to this, as always, because the story has not ended yet, especially with this card here. The story has not ended. There's more coming. Okay, so we're going to find out what that is pretty soon. All right, y'all, this is it for now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Write down in the comments, what you think, what you want to hear, and I'll get back at you as soon as possible. I do work a 12-hour shift, so, it's hard for me to do this sometimes. But anyway, yeah. So y'all, talk to you next time, okay? Bye-bye.